Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. So, this is our virtual class day. As you know, I do YouTube classes as opposed to Zoom, which apparently there are some benefits. Not as distracting with all the other people around interrupting and saying, "What about this? What about that?" You actually get to listen and focus on things that interest us as a group. So, we talked to some people. Marvel history was something that came up. Also, jungle animals is something that came up. But today, since it's still before Halloween, and this will be like our last kind of Halloween themed, um, you know, uh, YouTube video, we're gonna go over what somebody talked about. In Mexico, there's the Mayan ruins in the Riviera, and they're very haunting and they have a very interesting history. So we're going to go over them. But this is 17 incredible images of the haunting Mayan ruins in the Riviera Maya. So we're going to go over it. The pictures, I'm not going to show all of you all the pictures, but I will show some of the pictures because they are haunting and wonderful. I mean, I think most of them are actually a little more kind of just spectacular to look at. They're amazing. So here we go. We're going to get started on this. And I will let you know what we know as we go. Okay, so tourists and archaeologists alike travel to the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. So that's a good Jeopardy thing to remember, the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, to view the region's famous Mayan ruins. In fact, the ancient sites are so well known that there's a tourism district named for them, the Riviera Maya, previously known as the Cancun Tulum corridor. The Riviera spans 80 miles along Mexico's Caribbean coast. This increasingly popular destination includes a plethora, just means a lot, of ruins, including iconic sites such as these words that I don't really know, so please don't blame me for my horrible Spanish. I might even skip a few because I don't like butchering languages, but iconic sites such as Chichen Itza and smaller areas like Mayil or Muyil. Keep scrolling to see all the images, so we will go through. So this one is known as El Castillo, or the castle. The name is was given by Spanish conquistadors. The pyramid of Kukulkan is the largest pyramid in the Chichen Itza temple complex. So I've got a picture of that queued up right here. It is pretty fantastic to look at, but check that baby out. So this was built on top of an existing temple. The pyramid of Kukulkan was constructed around 800 and 900 CE, which I'm not sure what CE means exactly. It measures about 79 feet tall. I have to know what CE is. I'm sorry. I'll be back. All right, so stick with me and you will learn more. What is era CE? It's a migration period, also called Dark Ages or Early Middle Ages, the early medieval period of Western European history. When there was no Roman or Holy Roman Emperor in the West, or more generally, the period between about 500 and 1000, which was marked by frequent warfare. So CE is an abbreviation for Common Era, and BCE is short for Before Common Era. So the Common Era, CE, begins in year 1 in the Gregorian calendar. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. Okay, but back to the Mayan pyramids. So this one measures about 79 feet tall, not including the temple that crowns the structure. The pyramid boasts of 365 steps to represent each day in the Hab, a Mayan cyclical calendar that was approximately based on the solar year. So Kukulkan, a snake deity, is the Mayan equivalent of the Aztec god Quetzalcoatl. And there is a picture of. So here's Kukulkan. That's a picture. So again, there are more deities to come. So legend has it that feathered serpent god Kukulkan, known as Quetzalcoatl in Aztec mythology, returns to his namesake temple twice a year on the equinox. His appearance is said to bring a full harvest and full health. So that's not scary. I mean, unless you ran into him. And then there are also several watchtower-like structures throughout the Chichen Itza, and they served an important purpose. So in 2012, well, let me show you a picture. Give me one sec. All right, this one's a little harder to blow up, so I'll just show it close. But not too close with the lights. So that is, like I said, one of the several watchtower type structures. So, in 2012, experts on Mayan culture surmised that the watchtower style buildings, so what you just saw, were used to observe the equinoxes and solstices. So that's what that is. So there are summer and winter solstices and spring and fall equinoxes. And so the structure's bases were built into the walls of a ceremonial court where Mayans would play a ritual ball game that mimicked the sun's movement throughout the sky. After reconstructing the stone-roofed buildings, archaeologists realized they feature narrow slits which align with the sun's rays during the winter solstice. I wish I could see what the ball game was. And then you'll find the Ikilcenote, a deep natural well near the Chichen Itza. So ruins, and this is really beautiful. I will definitely show you a picture of this. Ruins are the main draw of the Yucatan Peninsula, but the region is also known for its cenotes, deep natural wells, or sinkholes created when surface limestone collapses to reveal groundwater underneath. So it's basically everything falls down into this water that's underneath the ground, and they see these beautiful wells that I'm sure people jump in. Iquique, also known as Sacred Blue Cenote, is located near the Chichen Itza. Visitors can swim in the 60-foot deep water and dive into it if they're the adventurous sort. I would. The Mayan believe that cenotes connected to the underworld and are said to have been used for ritual human sacrifice. Nido burrito. Let me get that picture for you. Alright, here's the picture as promised. Sorry, I had to plug my phone in. But see, those are lines of people. And look, they're jumping on in there. There's water streaming down, but that's how big that well is, which is impressive. So, people believe that those were used for human sacrifice. Dun, dun, dun. They're also open air cenotes, so instead of them being underground, there are open air ones, so you're not like, it didn't fall in. There are cenotes that are open air, just means you can walk around and basically, it looks like that, but it's just all around you. Just walking around, you're like, cenote. Like cool wells that are just also. Tullum also has its fair share of ruins. While smaller than the outcrop in Chichen Itza, The scenery continues to attract tourists. So people come for the ruins and stay for the gorgeous beaches and turquoise water. That water is an amazing color. Tulum means wall in the Mayan language, and some of the city's original fortification remains intact. So basically, they built giant walls. Influenced by the Maya and Toltec civilization, Tulum functioned as a major trading and religious center between the 11th and 16th centuries. Tulum's ceremonial complex, designed for the city's rulers, was built atop a limestone cliff. That is pretty impressive. So let me get that one for you as well. But as you'll see, there's a limestone cliff. But it's all built here in that beautiful water all out there. Just being able to look out there is fantastically gorgeous. While Tulum as a whole was protected by the Quintana Roo jungle, the city's ceremonial complex, a space designated for its rulers, obviously the rich people get to live there, was built atop a 40-foot high limestone cliff surrounded by 3 fortified walls, or tulums. Like Chichen Itza, Tulum also has a structure known as El Castillo. So I'll show you this just to have comparison between the first castle that we saw and this castle here. I'm guessing that there's probably more than one because, well, I mean, there is more than one, but I'm guessing it's just, you know, that's just what people do. They're like, so you built the castle? Well, guess what? We're going to build a castle too. I mean, and call it El Castillo, and it's going to be just as cool, if not cooler, than your castle. I have to admit, as awesome as this one is, I have a preference the um, for the other one that had all the steps. I don't know why. It just seems pretty sweet to me. El Castillo, Tulum's largest structure, is actually a temple pyramid. It bears Toltec influences like over the door niches and serpent columns. So Tulum's Temple of the Frescoes is named for the wall paintings that were discovered inside the structure. They don't have any pictures of that, unfortunately. And the paintings varied from people like just a woman carrying or grinding corn to the divine, the goddess Chakchel. And then more than 180 species of reptiles and amphibians inhabit the Yucatan. So if you're not a big fan, well, stay away. But if you're a big fan, then you'll want to come see. Turtles, including endangered species like hawkbill and Kep's Ridley sea turtle, lizards, and even crocodiles live on the peninsula. And crocodiles, I don't know. You'll find some unique wildlife during a trip. It's not uncommon to see iguanas. So another famous site, which I'll show you a picture of, is Coba, is home to Nahuc the Yucatan Peninsula's tallest Mayan pyramid. So this is the tallest pyramid in the Yucatan Peninsula. So though there are pyramids, this one is the one that people spent the most time on, and it's very pretty, and it's good in size. Let me center everything for. Hey, I didn't ask you to do that. What are you doing? Stop telling me what to do, picture. Picture is not cooperating with me anymore. Okay, now I want you to go like that. That's it. Let's hope it doesn't change. But it's the tallest one, so it just kind of goes up, and you can see how they made it tall by just big base and then just slowly building as you go. And first occupied by an agricultural community, the 30 square mile site is home to No, Hakmol, the tallest Mayan. Yeah, okay. Well, I already said that. Sorry, they're repeating themselves. So to get to the top, you need to go up 120 steps, which was abandoned when Spanish conquistadors arrived in the 6th century. So if you're afraid of heights, they recommend that you don't go there because it's pretty big and it's a long climb. And there's other smaller sites that are also worth visiting. So from ceremonial spaces, including an area of archaeological evidence suggests was used for bloodletting rituals to well-preserved sculptural works. Al-Qalam is full of fascinating details at every turn. Bloodletting rituals. It's a pretty one. So it has its main temple is characterized by symbols and spans 500 feet. 500 feet. And as archaeologists continue to conduct research at the site, more of its mysteries are still being revealed. So this is the main temple. But this is really beautiful. The stone, just as you can see, just imagine walking through there and being able to see inside there, and imagine the smells that you would smell. It would be beautiful. So this wasn't so much a scary thing. I mean, but they are very haunting images. And if you think about some of the history, of course, like ritual sacrifices, bloodletting, things like that. But then the overall beauty of it. But then think how much it would change. All of these pictures are done during the day with a light. I would love to go there at night with a full moon and see what it would be like. Try night diving into one of those sea notes. I mean, that would be fantastically fun. All right, so we're done for this week. I will see you for Halloween on Monday. And so I hope you enjoy, and then I'll do one of the other classes for next Friday. So next week I'll be in on Monday for Halloween. I'll have my get up on. And then on Friday again, we'll have a virtual class because it is still paperwork that we're all catching up on, that pesky paperwork. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend, everybody. And again, always let me know of any other classes, things that you think of that you want to know more about. Anything I could research, anything you want to know about program. We do have some safety trainings coming up, so if you haven't been part of one, we're going to do that, and we'll do it in 2 shifts. Actually, I should explain this real fast. I know it's at the very end, but this way I know that you listened all the way through. So the way it's going to work, since there are 6 people with me, overall, it's just in our group. What we're going to do is switch off 3 people per day. Some coming in on Monday and Wednesdays, other people coming in Tuesdays, Thursdays. And then I'll switch those groups around for the next week, the people, so that all of you can hang out with each other and not just have the same group over and over. Then we'll just kind of switch it out, and it's going to be Monday, Wednesday for some groups, Tuesday, Thursday for other groups, and then we'll be doing, again like this, a virtual class on Fridays. But I'm going to arrange it so that everybody has a real chance of being able to interact with each other, get to know each other, and become a stronger group that way. So, anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I've said it too many times, so I'm just going to let you go. All right, ciao for now.